everybody, and welcome on out to another edition of the Living Deadwax podcast here on the Living Deadwax YouTube channel. Excited to be back with you guys for another weekly banger, as the kids say these days. I'm, of course, Ty, joined by my co-host Tyler. Excited to get into tonight's topic. This is one that Tyler chose himself.
Yes.
So, Tyler, how are you doing, buddy? And if you want to introduce tonight's topic, and then we got a side topic as well. But
I'm doing good, brother. I'm doing good. Always good. Pushed it back because it's something we're going to talk about later in a little bit. But pushed back the episode, so we're coming to you recording on a Thursday, which is a day later than we usually do. So, in a little inside baseball for you guys, a peek behind the scenes for our loyal fan base. But doing great. How about yourself, Matt? Oh, hold on. You apply to that because I was going to say I was going to do this topic, but I'm going to throw it back to you, brother. I don't ask you how you are, man. How are you, man? How are you doing today?
Thanks. Tonight? I appreciate it. Yeah, you don't actually. I'm doing good. It's been a kind of a hectic day. I told you that story in the green room there.
Yeah, the green room.
We don't need to go into that.
A near lost wallet, so that's a good one. But yeah, just a near lost wallet experience.
So yeah, but it's been solid. Other than that. We actually got rain last night.
We did.
So you got rain on your end?
I did. When I left this morning to get a bit of tea, it at least wind. We got a real strong windstorm. Because when I tell you this, brother, I'm not exaggerating. There's no hyperbole here, or hyperbole, as I would have said sophomore year of high school.
Nice.
But yeah, exactly. But no hyperbole, because we have, I think over there, and also some in mine, my complex. And the condos in the complex, they have pine needle trees. So there are nothing but pine needles everywhere right now, on my streets, on the sidewalks, in the grass. And then the community across the way, their lawn guys day was this morning or whatever. So they were all just having huge trash cans full of needles. So it was a really crazy. I didn't know how crazy it was, but yeah, there's from my walkway nothing but pine needles. So I really need that wind to come back and kick them out.
Yeah. So we'll kind of tie this in to what we're going to talk about too. So Tyler and I got a couple show reviews to kick off tonight's episode. Because Tyler saw a show Tuesday and I saw a show Wednesday, and we'll get into that. But we got out of the show Wednesday and downtown, and it was stormy and rain, and me and my brother were both in Colin. We were both like, oh shit, it actually rained finally.
Yeah,
first monsoon of the year. So it's a little later. We're really backwards because we get all our rain in the winter now. Like we had so much rain in the winter. Like Snowball had snow into March. It's the latest they've ever had snow. So, so that tells you like how much precipitation we had in the winter time. But now the monsoon, we don't really get a monsoon anymore. And last night was the first big-ish storm, so to speak. But yeah, it did get windy because we were coming home and it was getting worse and worse on the freeway, and had our first going the wrong way on the freeway driver experience. That was great. So Colin and I are driving along. It's raining pretty good. Not a lot of traffic. It's like 11:30-ish. And it started to come down pretty good. Some of the underpasses were getting pretty full of water. And everybody starts like slowing down even more so than like what should be going on.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then I look out and I'm like, there's headlights. I'm like, oh shit, dude, there's headlights facing us.
Yeah.
That's why everybody's slowing way down. And
going the wrong
this person, I don't know if it's guy or girl, they were all the way over to we're going north on the 17. They're all the way to the right. Okay. Basically like near the exits and stuff.
Yeah.
So Colin had a theory that they hydroplaned and spun out. And I'm like, that's very possible. Weird part about it though, they were actively just going in reverse.
Oh.
And I didn't understand. There wasn't that much traffic. Okay.
Yeah.
So like, if you got on the freeway going the wrong way, literally just do a U-turn because there's not that much traffic. They realized they were going the wrong way and just kept going in reverse, which is worse. Okay. You could have just went over all the way to the side, which is what they did. Wait until there's no traffic and then just turn around and keep going north.
Yeah.
Or they got on going the wrong way. So either way, it was kind of a crazy night last night. We passed them, and I don't think anything happened. I don't know why they were going backwards, though. It didn't make any sense to me. Just stop. Okay. Just stop and turn around when there's no vehicles in the way.
Yeah, no, exactly. So when they were going backwards or whatever, like could they have turned off, or was there a barrier right there? Was the barrier right there, or was there
the barrier was right there? But you're not listening to what I'm saying. They could have. I know they could turned onto the freeway. Yeah, when there's no cars. It's not like you're in rush hour traffic. It's not 8 a.m. It's almost midnight. There's not that many cars.
You can do it. Like, it has been done before, I'm sure.
100%. That's why, because I thought they were sitting still, and Colin was like, no, they're going backwards. And we drove past it. I'm like, yeah, sure as shit. They were going in reverse. And I'm like, that's the worst thing you could do. Just turn around.
Because you're doing two things wrong. If you're going the wrong way, you're also facing the wrong way. Whatever, right? There's not a thing.
If they hydroplaned, I don't know if they kept it off the wall, I guess. Like, I don't know.
Could be a disabled vehicle. Could have, I don't know. Maybe they broke their toe link. Shout out.
Yeah.
Sprint Cup Series racing.
So we went to got home whenever I dropped Colin off. I got home and it rained pretty good here. And really bad wind because my flag was like completely. It was like underneath my truck, like where I parked.
Wow! Yeah.
So it ripped out of the flag holder, and I got a watering can up there that was like completely under my truck too.
Wow! So it came under. It came. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. There was like a garbage can lid in the backyard, and luckily no damage, so nothing crazy. So
no shingles.
No, nothing like that. So I don't.
Shingles are coming up.
Don't have to worry about so don't have to worry about any of that stuff. So luckily we're fine. But that was crazy. But anyways, we attended some shows. Tyler, you went up to Denver.
Did
experience Red Rocks, which I had never done before. You had never done until a couple nights ago.
Yep.
So how was that? Who'd you see?
Okay.
How was the show? How was the experience?
Yeah, so first time ever going to Denver. I've been to Southern Colorado, not actual Denver. And then so flew up there to go see my two favorite bands on the face of the earth, still doing this right now. Manchester Orchestra and Jimmy Eat World for the Amplified Echoes tour. Boom.
Ooh, got a dual shirt.
Oh yeah. Okay. I guess you'd have to do like one of them to make everything make sense. But so went up there to see them at Red Rocks. I've never been to Red Rocks before, obviously, and that's the premier venue in the country, basically, because it's set in the middle of the Red Rocks in the mountains of Colorado, and
the Rockies.
The Rockies, not so rocky, but the Rockies there, and so so it's set in the middle of it, and at the top of the mountain, whatever. And so super cool. It's I don't know. I told my therapist today, because I had therapy today. I told my therapist I think it's top 3 best shows ever that I've ever seen.
Okay.
Based on the venue, that also based like on the bands, obviously, but the venue, like I understood why you do this. So Manchester, they played. So Middle Kids opened, and I was Middle Kids. I don't care. Good on them. I know they're good for people. I've not dove in, so whatever. But Manchester, they had the co-headline tour with Jimmy Eat World and Manchester Orchestra, and so they're switching off dates. They open and close, basically, or whatever you want to say. Who plays first? Who plays last? Right. So Manchester played first at this date at Red Rocks. It's gonna bum me out a little bit because I don't know. I not that it's true because it's all equal time, but I also just wanted to see them in the darkness more than I wanted to see them at like dusky into dark.
I got you.
So they started about 7:10, I think it was, and it was just kind of getting darkish at that point. And then by the end of the set, it was dark, so that was nice. But So they started playing kind of when Taker wrestled in San Francisco in the daylight at WrestleMania.
I would
was.
argue a venue like that though. I'd rather see him in the daytime. Like there's like
in wrestling.
No, at a band.
Band.
I'd rather see a band there in daylight. Otherwise, I'm just looking at them in darkness, which is what I could see them anywhere.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, but they do light it and everything, right? But it's like so. The thing that's really cool about the venue, though, is because you're in the middle of the rocks or on both sides of you. They have light projectors on the walls of the venue. And so throughout the entire show, you're seeing like the show happen a little bit on the walls with all the colors and stuff. So it's actually super, super cool. And it was sold out. The biggest show either band has ever sold out in the history of the band for a headline show. So
both of them?
Yeah. So they both have
Jimmy
not sold.
World?
So Jimmy World's good for like probably a solid. I mean, they just started. They could have played it before, but they just started playing Dodge here. And I think Dodge is what you want to say, 3,000, maybe 3,500 people, something like that. Maybe I'm way cutting that.
I think I just looked this up.
We did. I'm sure.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So it's a medium-sized theater here in town, and so they just started playing those venues a couple of years ago after pandemic. So pre-pandemic, they were still at Marquee, which I think is like a
5,000.
5,000. So I think Marquee's 2,200, and then Dodge Theater, medium-sized theaters, is double that. So anyway, they stepped that up, and so 10,000 people, 10,000 plus, I guess, probably give or take a few in there, but over 10,000 people sold it out. And so that was absolutely exquisite that I was able to witness that.
Yeah. And 9,500 is the capacity.
There you go. Okay, let's call it 10,000 with workers and mothers and dogs and whatever the hell else is hanging out there.
We're not WrestleManiaing this. We're
count every bellman twice and shit. So anyway, 9,500 plus people, whatever. And it's the biggest show they've ever played, and it was awesome, man. It was really, really cool. The band played amazing. They were both looking forward to it because Jimmy World's played Red Rocks before, but they've always been the main support or whatever, right? They never headlined it. So Manchester had never played there before, and the cool thing about them and them playing Red Rocks is they've been offered spots in the past on tours or on one-off special bills or whatever to play Red Rocks, and they've always turned it down. They've had multiple offers, so they turned it down because they wanted to get there and headline. They want to get there on them. They want to sell it, right? So that was the attitude, and like they fucking did it. Like they absolutely did it, and it's insane. I got really kind of emotional and like whatever because I've seen these dudes for 17 years. Like I've seen them since they've just started their first ever tour.
Yeah.
I saw them, and to today, seeing them play to 125 people and below that at certain times there early on, and then seeing them play for 10,000 people headlining a show, headlining a show. I just got really because Red Rocks is like it's the MSG, if you will, in terms of like cool factor or whatever, but with way less people, I guess. But it's also just like it's for this scene, like because most of these bands are not going to play MSG, so like that's an impossibility really. But for the bands that are the biggest bands of the B minus tier of bands, C maybe for certain things, like that's the biggest you're gonna get, right? Or that's a big deal for bands. So anyway, both bands played awesome. They had really cool sets. I got both set lists for both bands, and then I got the tour prints for Manchester. They both did special tour prints, or not tour show prints for Red Rocks. And I kind of wish I would have got Jimmy World's too, but they were both 40 and spending 80 on prints when I also had to get 3 vinyl variants that Manchester repressed for the first 3 records. I had to buy those as well. So I would have came out of there. I came out of there at a $130, I guess. Okay. And if I would have bought both, it'd been $170. And so I didn't really want to do that, especially with how much money the trip already was. So I just went ahead and didn't, and I'm going to regret it, but it is what it is.
So you did the VIP. Did that include anything?
That included a special VIP tour poster. So a VIP tour poster, this long sleeve shirt, which actually it's a nice shirt, and long sleeves I don't rock long sleeves literally ever in my life. So
Well, yeah, we don't have very much weather, long sleeve weather
True.
here. Couple
I
months.
have been told I am sexiest in long sleeves. I've been told that before, actually, and so
I don't know
that's
if that's a
why.
good thing.
That's true. I don't wear long sleeves ever, so I'm really not tapping into my potential here for
No, I don't know if
because
that's a good thing. Like, it cover up more. You look
that's
better
true.
when your whole body is covered.
You look good in one of the suits, one of the Saudi suits or whatever.
Great. So did they mail that stuff to you, or did you just pick it up there?
So I picked it up there. I don't have any of it because I flew up there on the beloved Frontier Airlines. There's a whole thing going on. I'm not going to do it, but flew up on Frontier, and Frontier does not. They're a budget airline, so I flew round trip for $90, which is killer. And I booked it a week and a half in advance, so it's just absolutely killer. And so they don't allow you to have carry-ons. You can have a personal item, you cannot have carry-ons. So there's no way that I could even carry on and hold these in my lap for the records and the prints or whatever. So I'm gonna have Mackenzie, my friend who I stayed with, I'm gonna have her mail it back to me because I bought mailers when I went into town the day before the show. I bought mailers from the record store, and just because I knew this was gonna happen. And then she already had a tube, so like before I left, I put them all, I packed them all in the mailers and then taped them all up, and then the tube, and everything fit perfectly. So at this point, she just has to drop it off at the post office and get those out to me because also it came with a 7-inch. My apologies. It also came with a 7-inch, split 7-inch between the two bands, where Manchester plays Table for Glasses by Jimmy World, and Jimmy World plays Telepath by Manchester. So they did a split covers EP. So that's super sick. That was really what was the non-negotiable. Like I was gonna do it anyway, but the non-negotiable was the special 7-inch that they're just doing for the package. That's what I really did it for. So but anyway, so both bands played great, and I couldn't be more proud. And it was a cool experience. So
yeah, that's very cool. I'd love to go there someday. I don't know what bands of mine that would run. I know Goo Goo Dolls have played there quite a few times.
I
mean, off the top of my head, but yeah,
I think Megadeth's played there before too. I'm sure.
Probably, yeah. I mean, they do the amphitheater runs every once in a while. So yeah, it'd be cool to go up there someday. I don't know. I'd kind of have to. I don't know. In my mind, I'd rather just if the bands. I'd have to wait until they weren't coming here.
Yeah. Well, this tour was a good point. This tour was not, so that's what I had to do.
Yeah. So that's kind of what I would like to do.
It forces your hand a bit.
Halloween went to Vegas, so we went to Vegas. If Halloween played, they would never play there here, but you know what I mean. A band like that wasn't coming here, that I had no other choice to. I definitely would do it then. So maybe someday. So very cool.
Yeah, I mean, if anybody books it and you need a guy to go with, I'm down to go again. It is large. It is there's no elevators or anything like that. So you're walking up and down stairs the entire night. And it's super cool, but it sucks when you've walked up because Kenzie and her friend were on the 34th row and I was on the 4th row. So I had to walk 30 flights of stairs, not 30 flights, but 30 stairs, which are really fatty stairs, up and down to go see her and hang out with her before Jimmy played. And then immediately after Jimmy played, we left, right? And then going right back up the stairs. That just is absolutely fucking insane.
It's crazy because I was looking, just for shits and gigs, I looked up Cricket's Pavilion. That's 20,000.
Yeah,
crazy.
I told you, man. Fall Out Boy show was nuts for the Fall Out Boy show.
It's a lot of people. So yeah, I actually went to a show too last night.
I was supposed to go, and I wish I would have, but I was delayed. So I was not happy with that because you texted me as I was texting. I was texting you what was going on with the show while you were texting me. You texted me to ask me what was going on with the show. So I was like, hey man, I'm delayed. I'm stuck in Vegas until 7 or whatever, right? Because I had to do a labor flight. Yeah. But it sounded sick. So go into your hell yeah, go.
It was a really good show. I went and saw the Dreamsonic 2023 towards Dream Theater's Prague Fest. I don't know. They're going to bring it back apparently next year, so maybe they'll add more bands. There's 3 bands on there with my brother Colin, so I know he was stoked to go. So it all worked out in the end. Went and saw Animals as Leaders opened, and Devin Townsend was main support, and then Dream Theater headlined. And I mainly went for Devin. Picked up the shirt.
Hell yeah.
Paid that Live Nation tax, $45. Wow. Would not have been $45 anywhere else.
Wow.
Had a lot of fun. Animals as Leaders is pretty cool. They're all instrumental, very proggy, genty, very like new school, like prog metal. All instrumental, great musicians, sounded excellent. The main reason too I really wanted to go is I haven't seen Devin in quite a while, and I don't think he's been here since like pre-COVID. So, that's the main reason I wanted to go. Also, too, is I know that Dream Theater always treats their openers right, and from what I'm aware, they let those bands use all their shit, like use their rig and all their sound equipment, which not all headliners do.
Yeah.
So, like everybody sounded excellent. It's the best I've ever heard Devin. It's kind of probably you might have gotten a sound concussion. It was so loud.
Because I told you.
Here's the thing. So you know Dodge Theater. It's not Dodge Theater anymore, but you know what I mean. It's got the speakers on each side of the stage, like up top. Yeah. The big stacks.
Oh fuck your tickets.
So we were under the right hand, so stage left. We were under that. We were directly under that. Like some of the bass, like Animals as Leader, it hit you and your like gut went in. Like it was like, oh shit.
God
like
damn it.
Vibrate, like it was ridiculously good sounding, but very loud.
Very loud.
And Devin sounded great. Dream Theater sounded really good too. It was very cool to see Dream Theater proper because I'd only ever seen them once before opening for Maiden, and that's not a Dream Theater show. So it was pretty cool. Devin got an hour. I think Animals as Leaders almost got an hour, and then Dream Theater got an hour and a half. And yeah, it was a great sets all around. Really, Devin played quite a bit throughout his career. Dream Theater did too. They are touring on their new album that came out last year, so they played, I think, 3 songs from that, and then kind of mixed it up. They played 3 songs from 6 Degrees of Inner Turbulence, so they played like 3 songs that go together. So they kind of did like a mini full album thing. But it was great. It was great. They actually the encore, Devin came out and sang with Dream Theater, and then the Animals Leader, I don't know his name, the guitar player from Animals Leaders came out and was playing guitar with them too. So they kind of did like a group thing at the
Always
end.
My favorite. I love when that happens for any tour. It's awesome.
Yeah. It was also the last night of the tour, which is kind of cool. Devin was like, I'm going to sound pretty ragged, but he sounded great. Like he wasn't bad. Like the dude always puts in A+ effort. And his band is really good. Every time I've seen him, it's basically almost every time it's been a different band because he always does a different band like every project he does. And they were all really good. And it was really interesting. Dream Theater fans, like a lot of them hate James LaBrie, the lead singer of Dream Theater, because his voice is kind of shot. Okay. And I don't know, because the one time I saw Dream Theater, they opened for Maiden. So like it wasn't the proper show. But it seems to me like the way they mix the show, like the show is so focused on John Petrucci now. Like it's very guitar heavy in the mix.
Yeah.
It sounded great, but it's very guitar heavy.
Yeah.
So I'd be curious to know from other Dream Theater fans, like how was it when Portnoy was in the band?
If it shifted.
Because James sounded great when there was like very little music going on. You could hear him very clearly, and he sounded good, sounded on key. But when like the band was playing and he was singing, like he was so buried in the mix.
You couldn't.
And I don't know if it was just him. He doesn't have the power to do it anymore, or they did that on purpose. They do that on purpose to hide him in the mix. So at some points he sounded great. Other points it sounded like I lost all the vocals for like half a song. Devin came out and sang, what is it? It's from Scenes from, I can't remember the name of the song, but he came out and sang the encore with them. And like, I was sitting there and I'm like, dude, it'd be really sick if Devin was in Dream Theater because he has such a good voice. It'd be really interesting. He would obviously never do that. He doesn't want to be in a band or be controlled by anybody. And I don't think they would do it either because they've stuck with James for so long. But really, it's kind of a weird band seeing them without Portnoy. Just because like it was Mike's band. Like, I mean, it was John's band too, but it's like Mike's band. He was the front man of the band as the drummer.
Exactly.
And now John is basically taking that role. And I don't think John is as good at it. Did see a grown man like fangirl out, literally crying tears.
Wow.
For John
Dream Theater?
Yeah. It was because he's like a god to those guitar player guys, you know. All the guitar player guys on YouTube, like John Petrucci's the god of the scene. So it was pretty interesting. I don't know if he'd ever seen him before. It was kind of the only thing that bugged me is Dream Theater. They didn't want any video taken. Which is fine. I don't care because there wasn't like phones out the whole time, which is nice. Problem is you just had security walking around the whole show telling people to put their phones down if they had them up because you could take pictures, but if you had them up too long, they would walk over. So like the whole night we're just sitting there and just watching security. So that bugged me. Like I don't. I get it. You don't like they're a band where they want to sound the best. They don't want videos out there of compressed audio. Like I understand it, but also like you're just fighting a losing battle. Like like, and I get it. It's a better experience for your fans. They don't want a camera. They don't want somebody sitting in front of them because it's a sit down show. The entire time. Phone. So I understand it, but that kind of bugged me the wrong way. The guy that was fangirling out was sitting next to us, and I don't think he spoke English. I don't know if he was Mexican or whatever, but I don't think he was Hispanic. I don't think he spoke English or very little English. So he kept recording, and I thought the dude was going to get kicked out because like three different security guards came up to him, and I was telling Colin, I'm like, dude, if this guy gets kicked out, it's going to get bad. Because he's really into the show right now, and he wasn't being annoying or anything. So like, but I thought like the one chick security guard came over to him, and he's like, she was pretty intense about it. And I was like, dude, if he pulls out his phone again, he's gone. Luckily he didn't get kicked out because I would have been bummed out for him. But
that sucks. If you were in a foreign country or whatever the hell and you just didn't understand what they were telling you, like, and then you just keep like, I don't know, and then you get kicked out seeing your favorite band that you're crying over. That might be a nightmare of mine, a nightmare scenario that I now have in my brain.
I mean, he very well could have been from here and just didn't speak English.
Yeah,
that's very common in Arizona. But he might have traveled. I don't know. I don't think he had seen them before based on the way he was reacting.
Yeah.
I've seen literal legends: Maiden, Sabbath, Ozzy, Dio, Iommi, Merciful Fate. Metallica, Megadeth, Slayer, literal legends of the scene. I have never seen that before. And I've gotten emotional at shows like seeing Maiden and stuff. But I'm more jaded now as you get older. Like it's just kind of natural. I'd never seen that before. Like the fangirl experience. And that was pretty cool. It was pretty cool.
That's an interesting thing. Like, I mean, I've seen literal fangirls, but I've seen that happen with bands. It's weird. So I've seen it happen with small bands, and that's even more uncomfortable because like this guy is less than like he really shouldn't be anybody's like legend god ever. But like when I saw Fall of Troy, I want to say at Clubhouse, I saw a dude. He was a younger 20s, maybe mid-20-year-old dude, and I'm 16 at the time, so he's an adult. Like he knows everything about the world. he's there, and Thomas was like, at the time, it's like 2006 or whatever, 2007. And at the time, Thomas was a huge deal for the guitar world, especially for the mathcore, whatever. And I remember, like, he was like featured guitar player in one of the magazines, or new guitar player God River guys in one of the magazines. So like he was on the scene, I guess, or on the radar. And this kid, 25-year-old kid, every time Thomas would walk over, he would just be like, oh, and he was doing this thing too. So whatever, he was there, and he was fucking, like, he was crying, like he couldn't hold in his emotion, like to the point where he grabbed Thomas's leg. I mean, we all did, because Thomas then does like the lean thing, but he like grabbed Thomas's leg and was like, and, like, he was fucking, it was going crazy. And then after the show, he was out back with us, like trying to hang out and meet the guys or whatever. But he was by the trees in the back of the clubhouse way back when that existed. He was by the tree in the back of the clubhouse, and he was just sitting there against the tree, and he wouldn't come over, and because he was so afraid to come over and talk to him. And I was like, this is an intense deal. Like, this is a real. I left before he ever did. He might have later, but like, it was a very intense situation, and I just felt weird because like, we were in a crowd of 100 or maybe 200 people or whatever, right? And like this, and it was just there's a small band that makes no money. They're not, like, nobody knows about them, but like, just so intense about that dude. Like, it's crazy. But yeah, but I've seen it at Bruce. I've seen it like whatever. I've seen the same thing, because it's just the legends of the legends. They do get it. But the fact that you've seen a lot of them, and
my point is like, I have never seen that, and I've seen like literally the legends, Judas Priest on there, the legends of the genre. So I mean, Petrucci means a lot to those people and has influenced so many guitar players. So I get it. Not judging the guy. It was just interesting to actually see it.
When's the last time you got all choked up?
Shit, I don't know.
Every time you see Maiden, or just
probably the first time I saw Maiden, like on the floor, like 20 feet from him.
I mean,
probably that.
I get it. Yeah. I mean, I did on Tuesday. I got it because I was emotional there, but I get it. Like,
well, that's a little people. That's crazy. A little different because you've been with that band since the beginning, so it's a little different.
That's fair. That's fair. Bruce, I did it at Bruce. So Bruce, I guess, is a better example.
Sure.
I cried at Bruce, and I cried to the entire Thunder Road, and I did. And I said I was going to do it, and then I did it, and it wasn't even on purpose. I just had to do it.
Just had to do it. So yeah, it was fun. I think, I mean, the next show I'm probably going to is Danzig. I don't know if you got a show before that. I know we're probably going that.
I don't. So. That's August 25th. You said, I think, is the date, or August.
I think it's 27. I think it's a week or month from today. So
okay. What is funny though? I was thinking about this, and maybe I texted you about it. I don't remember. But what's interesting and not funny. Just for the record, not funny. But what's interesting is that here in Phoenix, they just canceled a Disturbed show because it was so hot. The equipment was malfunctioning. They said they could not get their equipment to work. So that's the heat. And then Danzig at 59 and a half years old.
Misfits played the casino out there in Scottsdale, and they played outside. They weren't in. They were outside. So they were outside. I saw Alice in Chains there. It's like by the pool and shit. That's where they played. So there was probably like maybe 5 to 8,000 people probably, and that's where they played. Tickets were super expensive, so I didn't even entertain it. But they played like that night.
No big deal.
They played like that night.
That's crazy.
That was a made up excuse.
So
I understand. I understand it's hot.
Excuse.
I'm not saying it's not hot. Like, I'm not saying that. But I have been to Ozfest and Mayhems that have been that hot, and bands play all day.
Yeah.
It didn't make any sense to me. Like, I don't. I mean, it might be true. It just didn't. It doesn't make any sense to me at all.
That we've seen bands old and new, but way back in the day, and then modern day, and they still played, and it was not a big deal. Whatever happened.
And then they were playing like New Mexico right after that in Texas, and like it's hot there too. It's arguably worse in like Texas because it's 105 with 80% humidity.
Yeah.
So like I didn't understand that excuse at all. It's almost like somebody was sick or something or didn't want to play. I don't know. They're just like,
so what you're saying is if you're saying is if we get an article in about a month and a half saying that David Draymond has left Disturb again, we will know where the blow up happened at.
I guess, yeah. It seemed real weird to me. Like, our equipment is malfunctioning because it's too hot. Okay, yeah. I don't know what that means. Maybe somebody with more knowledge can explain that, but
yeah, that did happen though at the Lollapalooza in '91 with 9 Inch Nails. We talked about it before, I believe, but when they played the first day of Lollapalooza, it was 122 back in '91. It just happened the 30th or 30 whatever first anniversary, 32nd anniversary of it. That happened just recently here, and they couldn't play because their equipment, their sequencers or whatever, melted. And so after 2 songs, they had to quit, and then Trent destroyed everything.
Maybe that happened, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. But that's the one I know about. We've seen a million shows, we've never heard it before, so I get what you're saying.
Funny part about that is there's a bunch of other bands on Lollapalooza that day, and I don't think everybody's equipment melted.
No, they didn't. No, just because 9 Inch Nails was the most electronic.
I guess, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Didn't make much sense to me. They were talking about it on Trunk, and Eddie was like, I don't even know how they book tours there in the summer. Like, just play inside. And I'm just like, dude, we've been having summer shows forever. Like, I don't understand.
Summer festivals with 100 shows happening.
Yeah. I'm like, Eddie, shut the fuck up.
You
also live in Vegas,
Ty.
Yeah.
So I have never flown. I've been to Vegas. I've never flown into Vegas. I've never flown there. Ty, here's the thing: is I don't know if you've looked at a fucking map lately of what Vegas and Nevada look like. It's fucking nothing but desert except for the dot of Vegas.
Yeah.
So I've never. I'm sure I have but I've never really looked. But Las Vegas is the dot, and then everything around it is just the deadest of the deadest. Of the deadest desert for all the eye can see forever for 15 minutes, 20 minutes on a plane, whatever, right? So for a long time. And then also what you see is I flew over Lake Mead for that flight, and Lake Mead, it's obviously going down, right? It's going down at such a fast pace that the wall that the water used to be at it's still black or blue or whatever, right? It still has moisture in it, but it's gone down so far that it has not dried out yet.
What's funny is we were just up there and it was actually pretty high.
Lake Mead
2 months ago. Yeah.
I don't. Maybe somebody did some other shit, whatever the hell.
People were talking about it. So
interesting.
I don't know if that's pleasant though, like lakes here where they release water out of it.
I don't know. I don't think so, because they are talking they talked about there's they always for a while there, at least maybe not now, but for a while there was articles every couple days or so about where the lake's gone away, and they found certain things, and I guess they found some mobster bodies out there supposedly. So yeah, so that's a nuts of, and they also, I think they have sunken boats and stuff too. They're just laying there on the bottom of this dried up lake bed. But it shouldn't exist. Vegas shouldn't exist. It is hot as shit there, and we're laughing in the face of God and the sun by building these cities here. It's insane.
Modern
medicine, dude. Modern science, it's crazy. But yeah, we've seen a collective 1,000 shows and 1,000 bands in the summer, and it has never happened for any of us.
Yeah, no, it didn't make any sense. But anyways, that's our show recap. Let's move on. Tonight's main topic. You didn't introduce it to Tyler.
I didn't.
You chose
the main topic here.
Break it down.
Okay. Main topic. Best compilation greatest hits exclusive releases. Singles off of, or I guess they don't have to be singles. They typically are, though. The throw in extra new songs are the singles to sell the greatest hits record. I picked top 5 of those exclusive songs, because I know me and Ty have done this. Ty's mentioned this for the last 15 years that we've talked about this shit. You have mentioned that you have a plethora of greatest hits exclusive songs that you love, and that you are baffled, because we talked about it last week at the end of the show, baffled because it's true, how they're able to write these songs and put them on a greatest hits, and then they become hits because it makes no sense. Because why wouldn't you just do that all the time, right? So that was your point, which is totally a true point.
It's a great topic, yeah, and this is very fun for me. It was hard for me to whittle things down. It really, really was, because
26 total. You said
I had a lot in there. We could do part 2, part 3 of this. I have some that I forgot about doing research and stuff. It was a really hard topic to research because Google didn't understand what I was asking. Then I finally found some lists, and then I finally found a Hoffman post. So like it started clicking. And then I literally just searched on Spotify greatest hits.
Yeah.
So I was just going through bands' greatest hits records, and I'm like, oh yeah, this band. I'd look at it and I'm like, yep, I remember those songs. Yep. So a lot of them came to mind.
At the end of it, I didn't see the Hoffman thread though. I wish I did, because I'm sure it had a lot more than the shitty list of 10 that I was looking at.
Had some interesting ones in there, but yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah, that's the way I did it. I was just going greatest hits, and a lot of these, some of the ones on my like deep list I forgot about. A lot of these came to mind instantaneously, so those will be like my top 5. So we'll do 5 and then some honorables as well. So if you want to kick us off start with one of your honorables. We'll get through those, and then we'll get into the main nitty gritty.
All right, hold on.
Also, YouTube is in play, so if you want to play any audio, just let me know.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. Okay. So this is an honorable because I have a song, another song the band did for another compilation, so that's like probably number 1 on my list if I was going to do it, rank them. But that's a spoiler alert. It is Blink-182, the Mark, Tom, and Travis show. It's a live record. They included Man Overboard as the last song on the record. So It is a live record compilation exclusive song. They never released it again, and it's only on this.
But it's not live?
It's not live. No, it's a studio song, which is a very So it'd be weird if it was live, right? The only time they released it is a live version of it. That'd be kind of weird. But yeah, it's the one. It's all studio. So spoiler alert, it's not really a live record. But the one studio song is the new song. So yeah, so very interesting. It was a big video. Big song live.
I don't think I've ever heard this. So let's. Can you hear it?
Yeah, I got you.
I don't remember this at all.
Hold on.
It's funny. Okay.
Hold on. Soon won't be gone. Nothing?
Nah, this is a cool song.
No, the song kicks ass. So this song is it was on the Mark, Tom, Travis show as the single, obviously. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, go ahead. Keep going.
Okay. So so it has in the video, it has a callback to all their previous videos because it's coming off of the Enema of the State tour cycle. So I mean, they were always big for that next 5 years or so, but probably their peak of large, big business there is probably that time. And so they spoof all their videos in that video, and it was a massive music video because it's the only thing they had for it. But it came out immediately because I did not have this song for the longest time, and I knew it existed, but I didn't have it because I did not have the CD for the longest time when I was a kid. So I remember having to rip someone's iPod of all the files, and that was the first time I ever heard it. It was on that. It was on freshman year or whatever it was. I did that, and I ripped those songs, and that was the first time I ever heard it. And I was like, "Well, this song kicks ass!" And then like they started doing loadeds and stuff on Fuse for it.
Yeah, what's funny is I thought about Blink, but I thought about the greatest hits, and I'm like, there's nothing extra in there. So
there is.
There is.
There is. Yes, there is.
Okay.
Yeah, but
I didn't see my research long enough then. Okay,
that's fair. The end part of this song though is it's loosely, but the band has denied it, but like it's pretty clear, I guess, if you want to do it. It's about them getting rid of their giving up on their friend because he's a drunk and they try to get him help and like whatever, right? Just prior to Travis joining the band in '98, Scott Rayner was their original drummer. He was a drunk and they kicked him out of the band because they didn't want to deal with him anymore, and he fucked up. And they came out so like loosely about the ordeal with their drummer, their first drummer, which again the band has denied, but I mean that's what makes sense here.
Where's that van?
I think
Phoenix TX opening.
That's good. Hell yeah. So no, not that. I actually don't know where that van is, but they did find the Take Off Your Pants and Jacket van. It was in a junkyard somewhere in like San Diego.
Oh.
So, like, do you remember that van? It's the van for the first date video. So, at Blink-182 had the logos on the side. Someone found it, somebody not from the band or whatever the hell, right?
Yeah.
But somebody found it in a junkyard because it was against the fence, like the end basically of the aisleway against the fence, and somebody was in a neighboring business, in the desert, whatever, right? And just happened to see it. And then if you look at the side, it has Blink-1, it has the 182, and has a couple logos, and one's fallen off and stuff. But it's hilarious. Somebody, obviously Universal sold the van, and then whatever ended up there. But that van I don't know about.
Okay, cool. That's a good one.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go with. I got a couple honorables. I'll go with this one. There's two honorables I'm gonna mention by this band that I didn't even know fit this criteria. One of the songs is one of the band's probably maybe second biggest song, honestly.
Wow.
Now this isn't the greatest hits that those songs first appear on. They actually had some earlier greatest hits. But talking about ABBA, so this is ABBA Gold. This is the greatest everybody knows. But the songs specifically that are on older greatest hits, Fernando was Greatest Hits Volume 1. Now, it was originally released as a single, and it's a really interesting song because they wrote it specifically for Annie. It's an Annie solo song. That's what it originally was. And then they decided to do it all as a group, and they put it on Greatest Hits Volume 1. So, Fernando, I was just looking at it. It's gone on to sell 10 million copies, just the song alone. So, obviously a giant song.
Shout out Fernando Valenzuela. That was his big song.
Man, it doesn't have anything to do with him. I don't think they knew who he was.
So. Well, I'm saying he probably sold a lot of singles after that. I like Fernando Mania. I blame him for the uptick in sales in 1980. Okay, 1981.
Okay, yes, probably yes. Anyways. The other song on here that was a greatest hits single prior, Fernando was later on a record too, but it was on the greatest hits first. So it was a single, then the greatest hits, and then they put it on a record. This was a similar deal, but Gimme, 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 which is another giant song that was originally a single, appeared on Greatest Hits Volume 2, which we see those all the time. I don't own them because gold is fine. Gold is what you want to own. That covers everything. So Gimme, Gimme, Gimme. I'm not going to play ABBA because I'm not facing the wrath of ABBA on the channel because nobody even reacts to ABBA, and I think that's why. Because they're probably militant about it.
That makes sense. That does make perfect sense. Actually, good call.
So, and everybody knows those songs anyway. Giant freaking songs, but I never knew that, so I figured I'd throw them in here as honorables tonight. So there you go.
That's awesome. I did not. I learned that afterwards because Fernando did dominate a lot of the lists that I saw from when I googled this topic. They dominated a lot of the lists. So that's when I learned that today or yesterday or whatever, right? So because I was genuinely I would have just assumed that was an album track because why wouldn't it be, right? I was just assuming it was an album track and it was off one of the records and it was huge, but no. So Fernando got real lucky on that one. All right, so my next honorable is I include it because I still love this song and I still love the story with this song, but I originally thought another song was the exclusive. So talking about one, Dwight Yoakam. Last Chance for 1,000 Years, Greatest Hits. Okay.
Oh yeah. So I know the song.
Yeah. Well, for my thoughts here, I thought in my mind of minds here that it was that 1,000 Miles from Nowhere was the exclusive song. For some reason, that was stuck in my brain. It's not. That's on this time. So both on tapes, no big deal. But that's on this time. So 1,000 Miles from Nowhere, amazing song. But anyway, I did do an audible, and I picked the cover, Crazy Little Thing Called Love.
Oh, okay. You went a different route. All right.
Oh, where'd you go? Where were you going, brother?
Rough. Thinking About Leaving's the much better song. It's also exclusive to the greatest hits.
That is true. Wait, hold on. Is I'll go back to her? Is he has 3 on this?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thinking about it was on my long list. I didn't put it in my top 5. Thinking About Leaving is the song that I like. Crazy Little Thing Called Love is fine, but it's the song.
Do it for me. Give me a little bit.
I'll just play it. Yeah.
Play Think About Leaving.
Yeah, this is the song for me.
Okay. Maybe I'm not remembering it then.
Honestly, there it is. Yeah, I just don't think you're remembering it.
Okay. Give me a little bit.
This song's great. It's a great ballad. Is it Merle Haggard did it originally? Doesn't say.
I don't remember this right now.
What are you talking about?
Hold on.
It is a big song.
Yeah, hold on. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. This is the song I chose.
Okay.
But you want to go Crazy Little Thing Called Love.
Correct. I did not know it was a cover. I thought it was a Dwight song. I believe it's the lead single for the greatest hits.
You didn't know this is a cover?
Didn't know.
Elvis.
Did not know. What?
I think Elvis did it originally. And then Queen did it.
I don't know who did it. I'm not gonna lie to you, brother. I'm not gonna lie to you right to your.
You never knew this was an Elvis song?
Boldface, Brennan Ty. I thought this was a Queen song. Is it not?
It is a Queen song, but Elvis did it originally.
But I thought it was a Queen original.
No. Do you want me to delete this part of the video?
No, leave this in. Okay. No, leave this in. I still like this. I always thought it was a Queen song.
This video is awful, by the way.
No, it's not a good. It's definitely of the time. It's 90.
This is horrendous.
98 or whatever it is. Yeah.
These people.
Nice.
It's like a Gap commercial.
No, it is. It definitely is. Yeah. Also, I remembered, but I didn't remember. Hold on.
Go ahead.
Also, remembered but didn't remember. My Dwight print is from the 99 Last Time for 1,000 Years tour.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Forgot that it was. I thought it was for
that's very cool.
One of the other records. I forget. But yeah, I just realized that after it was doing. Pulled it. Okay.
I don't know if Elvis did it originally, but I always knew this as an Elvis song. I think first, even before Queen.
Okay, hold on. Ty, when did that get posted?
7 years ago. Why? It's an Elvis song. I don't know what you're talking about. Like,
it says songwriter is Freddie Mercury on Wikipedia.
Elvis covered Queen?
He was dead by then. It mentions the Dwight cover.
It's an Elvis song. This is like Berenstain Bears. Like, I don't know. Yeah, here's the Queen version.
Yeah.
Taken from the Game, 1980. It's definitely not a Queen song. Elvis wasn't alive in 1980. I don't think Elvis wrote it. Obviously, he didn't write any of his own songs, but unless Elvis did it from the dead. Who originally sang A Thing Called Love is a song written and originally recorded by Jerry Reed in 1968. This song has been recorded. Okay, so it's a different song title, but it's the same song.
Okay.
Jerry Reed in 1968 did it originally. This song is recorded by many artists, including Jimmy Dean, Elvis Presley, Glenn Campbell, Dave Dudley. In 1971, the song was recorded by Johnny Cash, and it went to number 1. I didn't know Johnny Cash did it. So is that? Wait, is this a different song?
Yeah, it is, because I'm reading this now that Freddie wrote it in tribute to Elvis and Cliff Richard.
Okay, this isn't even the same song. What is that Elvis song then? I've known that Elvis song for years. Literally years.
I don't know, brother.
Why does this happen on episodes? Then it turns the episode into 3 hours because we got a 20-minute tangent on trying to figure something out. Like this
who wrote Crazy Little Thing Called Love?
Did somebody make this? Like, is this a fake version?
That's what I thought. I thought you were gonna say it was posted like a week ago or whatever, right? And somebody made an AI version of this.
Okay, this is an Elvis impersonator.
Ooh.
All right, I learned something new. I always thought this was an Elvis song.
It was a tribute to Elvis.
Maybe I just thought that because it just sounds like an Elvis song.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I was right.
You were right. I'll give it to you. Give you that.
Good job. I was right. Okay, sick.
But I mean, I wouldn't even have chose that. I would have chose Thinking About Leaving. It's a much better song.
Well, when I thought about this, I did not think about that song. I do know that song, but I did not think about it immediately. But I thought it was an original because it was a lead single back when they released the Greatest Hits. I had not heard the Queen song originally, obviously first. So later when I heard it, I heard it at I heard the Dwight song actually, and then I think also the Queen version in the movie The Breakup. I know that's a big among our fans with Vince Vaughn and Jennifer Aniston. He played because Vince Vaughn's a huge Dwight fan and friend. And he includes Dwight in a lot of different stuff. That's what he's in Wedding Crashers, because Vince wanted him in Wedding Crashers. That's what happened. And then he plays Dwight. Okay. Yeah, he plays Dwight twice, I believe, in Breakup. So yeah, he's a big Dwight fan. Anyway, so yeah, Dwight Yoakam, Crazy Little Thing Called Love, Queen cover.
Yeah, well, let's get the fuck off that topic.
Sorry,
it's not your fault. You just chose the wrong song to begin with. So. I'm gonna go with one here. I don't have a copy of this. This might be on your list. Okay. This is a really sick song off the Greatest Hits by this band. That is Forever by Skid Row.
Wow.
This song is sick. Yeah, it's 40 Seasons, the best of Skid Row.
Okay.
I really love this song. This didn't make your list?
No. I did not think about this song at all, actually. Okay.
Do you know this song?
I do know the song. I do know it. Yeah.
Yeah. Exclusive to this, they later put it on the bonus, like the deluxe edition of the debut when they remastered it and stuff. But it was originally on this Greatest Hits.
Nice.
It's a really cool song. Yeah, there's no video for it, so like I don't even think they really promoted it. It was just
Savage's sounds killer.
Oh yeah, it's a cool song, good riffing. It's pretty fast.
Is it from the first record
sessions? Pretty epic. I actually don't know. That's a good question. Previously unreleased, 1988. Yeah, so they did do it. Yeah, this Greatest Hits came out in 98, so 10 years later they released it. There's actually 2 new tracks on this Greatest Hits, but this is the one I draw to. Really cool song. So that's on my honorable. You have any other honorables? I got one more.
No, go, brother. Go with another honorable.
Okay. I'm going to do an honorable here. This one might be on your list. So if I'm stealing your thunder, I apologize.
Okay.
It almost cracked my top. But it was a tough one to make. So I didn't realize this was a greatest hit song. It's one of the dude's biggest songs.
Okay, I know what you're doing. I was just about, when you were doing this, until you said that statement, I was like, okay, I'm gonna jump in real quick on that song, because in my mind, it's the biggest song.
Is this
this is not what I'm talking about. I was talking about the biggest one of these ever, but this also is a massive song.
Yo, this song is massive. I would argue that's his biggest song. I mean, it's got the most plays. It's more than yeah. It's probably has most plays on YouTube. It's a great song. So Lenny Kravitz again.
Hold on.
Also, this video pisses me off. What?
We're at some point, I want to watch more of this, but at some point, I want to look up "Are You Gonna Go My Way?" because I want to know what those plays are.
Okay, it might be more. You're probably right. This is definitely a giant song.
No, you're right. You're right. Because I believe that if that, I feel like that song didn't exist, but I also did not know this was a greatest hit song. This is incredible.
Yeah, this is a greatest hits only track. This video pisses me off because like nobody should be this attractive. Like it's completely unfair. It's actually ridiculous. Also, the video pisses me off because you get to the end of the video, right? And he goes to this chick's work, okay? And he's like, hey, I what I assume is Lenny's describing this girl to the workers. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, hey, have you seen this girl? Whatever. What's her name? And then all of them just say, nope. We don't know who they is. We don't know who she is.
Yeah.
And then he leaves, and then she comes in to start her shift. Like, right, they miss each other by just a little bit. My point is, why does nobody know?
No one
doesn't make any sense.
No one knows who this person is.
Yeah, watch the end of the video. Also, the only skin you see is Lenny. Like none of the chicks get naked, so he knows his audience.
Yeah,
but yeah. So because all this is in his head, right? He's just like thinking about going to see this chick. That's the barista chick because he's with what's her name, and like he's like, I want somebody down to earth. I'm a rock star or whatever. Like this is the whole,
He's establishing right here, by the way. He's establishing that he is Lenny Kravitz. He's not a guy in the video. He's Lenny Kravitz. So he's
literally Lenny Kravitz. Okay. So the end of the video. So here's the end of the video. He's in here looking for her. Okay. No, I don't know who she is, bro. I don't know. Where is she? He's all looking behind the bar. Hey, do you know that girl? No, I don't know. Nope. I don't know. I've never seen her. What are you talking? How many girls look like her at this?
The super attractive, dark-haired woman. Yeah.
No, okay, I guess I dreamt her. Then she comes in. Oh, hey, Lenny Kravitz was looking for you.
Not a person recognized Lenny either, though. So this world might just have that disease where you don't know what people look like.
Great song.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't put it on your list. So.
No, I can do my honorable then, because my honorable I don't think is on your list, but it might be on your honorable list. But in my mind, is one of the largest, probably the biggest song. I want to argue it's the biggest song in his entire career.
Are You Gonna Go My Way? He's got 60 million plays.
And what's See You Again got?
That had over 250,000.
Okay, I guess your mom listens to See You Again before she listens.
That's the ballad.
You're right. Yeah. You're right. It's fair. Yeah. Okay, fair enough. But this again did not know his greatest song. I just thought it was a song of whatever year it was. It's Tom Petty, The Last Dance. Yeah, with Mary Jane. Yeah, did not know it was a greatest hit song. In my mind, is the biggest greatest hit song. And one of the biggest
pull it up
here.
It's not on my list. I thought about it. Yeah, it's a giant song. I rewatched the video doing research. I remember this video vividly as a kid.
Oh yeah.
And being freaked out. He's a little weird. He's a little weird. Yeah, obviously a giant song. Yeah, I didn't realize it was a greatest hits either. I should have pulled it. I have it back there.
Yeah, you do have it. I do not have this. I need to buy this, but I keep.
Side note: I never realized the greatest hits are the same. They just changed the covers. You remember the original greatest hits cover? It's like red. It's got them and it's got him and the band on it.
Yeah.
And and then the second one.
That's the only one I know of in my mind. No, well, besides the anthology. The anthology that my dad had. That was a later one.
So this is not the original cover.
Oh yeah. Wow. Okay, fair. In my mind now, I thought they were different.
I thought they were different records entirely.
Yeah.
But they're not. They're the same. They just changed the cover for some reason. So I found that out during research.
So
yeah, it's got this.
What's the original one? Is the original one the red one?
Yeah, the original one's like the red one.
Okay.
Yeah, this video is creepy as hell. You know, he brings her home.
Yeah.
Her. And then drowns her. What's her fucking name again, Tyler? Fucking Rod Stewart's wife.
Locklear.
Yeah, no. This is
Locklear. No, it's not. It's
she's married to Rod Stewart.
Oh, Holly Hunter.
Nope. No, maybe it's not
Holly. Rachel Hunter. Rachel Hunter. Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, and she's dead, and then he drowns her, and then she wakes up at the end of the video. So that's like, oh, cool. Just killed her again. Good job, bro. Yeah, this is a cool song. Still holds up. A lot of petty still holds up.
We are full disclosure though, we are a petty hits band or guys here. So
yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, we can kind of talk about that broadly here. Like, greatest hits get shit on. I love greatest hits. I love them. They're proper intros to bands. They're for if you don't want to dive in and buy albums, like it's a good starting point to see if you like this person or this artist or this band or whatever. So like I really dig greatest hits. I always have, because some of these greatest hits are the ones that I had originally. Like this is the only stuff I had by these artists.
Yeah, because your parents, same thing my dad did. When your parents or you thought about buying a CD, if they have a greatest hits, it means they have all the songs I like and know.
Yeah,
so like
you gotta maximize your dollar.
100%. Like there's a reason why they do sell the most sometimes in an artist's catalog, because they're the best of the best, commercially at least, right? So yeah, it works out.
100%. Yeah, good choice though.
Yeah.
And then that was all my honorables. So if you want to get going on your proper list, let's keep this ball rolling.
All right. So I've featured this record before, but whatever. We'll do it again. I featured this band before, and again, whatever. I'll do it again. So this is the first active, knowing greatest hits song that I ever knew about, that I ever actively knew that for, and it's the one that made the most impact on me as a younger tween, I suppose. It is the last song the band ever did. That is one Nirvana with You Know You're Right. It's the last song they ever worked on and recorded. It's the last thing that Kurt ever professionally recorded. And obviously just prior to his death. This was a major showcase single because it's what sold it's the only reason why this exists is this greatest hits, because the band wanted to Dave and Chris, they wanted to release the box set with the lights out box, and Courtney and they wanted to put this on the box set, and Courtney fought them on that and said no, it's going to go on a greatest hits because it'll sell more on a greatest hits than it will be shoved into a box set. No one's going to buy the box, they'll buy a CD. So they decided to they compromised, and they made the greatest hits record, the CD. So the emotion in the music video especially really got me as a younger guy. And I remember getting this for Christmas. It was 2003, so I was 12. And I remember getting it for Christmas and listening on my Walkman or Discman, listening to it in my room on Christmas morning of 2003, and just being super sad because I was right in the beginning of my Nirvana phase. And this is the first time I ever heard a lot of these songs over and over again because I just knew them ancillarily, really. And so just hearing this and getting very upset because I was reading the liner notes for David Frick, I believe he did it for the CD, and just reading that and reading his breakdown of his Kurt interviews that he did for Rolling Stone, and just getting very, very sad Christmas morning listening to this.
It's a good choice.
Yeah.
I forgot about this song.
It was the first thing kind of popped in my mind. Yeah, no, it's a great song. Like, again, go on record saying the next Nirvana record would probably be my favorite record of all time. And this song was getting way weirder, not weird, way heavier and more straightforward and just abrasive, even more so on a lot of what In Utero had. So, like, if this was going to be the next step in Nirvana's career, I can see that record being my favorite record of all time. That never happened, unfortunately.
Yeah, I completely forgot about this, but yeah, you're 100% right. This is how they promoted that.
Yeah,
I mean, big time. I remember the commercial all the time on TV. So that's a good choice. That's a very
crazy, man. Crazy.
I'm going to go with one that this is the first one that came to mind. It's one of my favorite songs by this band. It reminds me of my wife. So it's a very good song. And it's from a different era of this band too, because one of the main songwriters, guitar player, had left. So, but they did this for the greatest hits. This is the band and album. So Fleetwood Mac's greatest hits. So there's two songs on here. There's a Stevie song, No Questions Asked, which is okay. But there's a Christine song, As Long As You Follow, which is very good. I love this song. I don't know if Tyler's familiar with the song, but it's very good. It's got like a Christmassy holiday feel. So Lindsay had left, and this is when Rick Vito was in the band. Really good guitar playing on this. He kills it. He says it's his favorite solo he ever did with the band. So he wasn't in the band that long, but yeah, they did this. This is 88. I'm almost positive. Yeah, 88, and it was released as a single directly in the UK and US. So
okay,
got the hype there too. Which it says.
Oh wow, I forgot that you had that. Yeah,
this is one of my favorite greatest hits ever. The one I grew up with.
Yeah,
this is an awesome song. It's a really great video too.
I feel like I've heard the song with you, or maybe your mom, possibly. I'm almost positive it was at like one of the
maybe
old Sunday, Saturday, barbecue things. I want to say it was probably on a playlist there.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah. Christine, the GOAT. Hot take, Christine might be a better songwriter than Stevie. Might have a better voice, too. This song's excellent. The production on this song is great.
That's true. But also, okay, so you think she's a better voice and she's a better songwriter. Which one are you going to go home with?
I don't know, dude. I don't look at women like that. Maybe you do. I don't.
I don't. But I mean, just for sake of argument, it's the first time ever doing it. So for sake of argument here, I'm just asking. I just ask questions. Ty. I just ask questions.
Yeah. Okay. I plead the fifth.
Stevie.
Great song.
Great answer, Stevie.
But back to the song. Great song. Great chorus. Great production. Yeah, even without Lindsay, it's still really good. Like they killed it. They nailed it on this one. So I like it how it has like a holiday feel too. Without it doesn't. It's not really a holiday song, but it has that feel.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because the video with the snow and shit. But yeah, great. Great.
It also doesn't sound super dated or anything. I know it's 88, right? It's not.
It's 88. No. Yeah, this song could.
Today.
A band could release this song. Like Taylor Swift could do this song, and it would be a giant song.
Yeah.
All right. There we go. What you got?
I had a thought the other day because we've talked about this before, and I don't think this band's gonna pop up at all on this list. They might actually. You might backdoor this list with something, but it's funny to me, like bands like Taylor Swift, or like a person like Taylor Swift, or a band like Metallica, like, or I mean, most country guys, I guess. Apparently now, Luke Bryan or whatever his name was, did Fast Car, but it's almost like when you cover somebody's song, like a lesser known person, because you're so large and you're tapped and you're really good too, that you could make that person that maybe a lot of people don't know about, make them $1 billion with your cover. And it's almost selfish that you don't do it. If you love this band so much, cover one of their songs so this goes platinum and they make $1 billion. Do that, because like the Metallica, the thing with Metallica with the covers EPs they did back in the day, that was always the thing, is like a lot of those bands, the biggest money they got every year was from those royalties, right? So you know, cover Fleetwood Mac, bring Fleetwood Mac into, because no one knows who they are, so bring them back into the fold.
Yeah, very true. They need more money.
Yeah, they need more money, and they can sell, you know, multiple nights at the arenas or the stadiums, right?
Yeah. You know, yeah, Rumors needs to be at 30 million, 15 million, or whatever it is. Not enough.
Yeah, not enough. Yeah, we're trying to get there past the Garth Brooks greatest hits. Okay, we're trying to get that big money. Yeah. No, good call. I forgot about that. Okay, good call. Okay, so next one I have here. It's obviously, the man had to be on the list, and he has a few on this. And one of my favorite songs is a song on this one, Bruce Springsteen Greatest Hits. This is the original press from '95. Cool. This song came with 3 or 4, 3 totally, but 4 new to like release songs on the whole last side of side B. So last 4 songs: Secret Garden, Murder Incorporated, and Blood Brothers, and This Hard Land. Those are the 4 exclusive songs. The one I'm picking though is Murder Incorporated.
Was Secret Garden on the soundtrack first though? The Jerry Maguire?
That's exactly. So it was on the
soundtrack first, and then the greatest hits.
Correct.
But don't count it then. I don't count that then.
Yeah, I'm not saying Secret Garden.
Okay.
It wouldn't fit. But I would not say that because I don't like that song. But Murder Incorporated is my.
I actually like that song.
Okay, well, you suck. So Murder Inc., much better song. Okay. Murder Inc. is cool as shit. Bruce yells in it, and really does. It's a heavier song, and I dig it a ton. Is totally.
Yeah, I'm sure I've heard this before. I just don't remember it.
Go a little bit.
Did a video for it too, huh?
Hell yeah! This is from the Blood Brothers reunion show. So they sold a VHS and DVD of this.
Okay. So he wrote this for the greatest hits, or this is an old track that didn't put on anything else?
He might have wrote it. He didn't record it before. He might have wrote it before at some point, but I believe he wrote it in this era, in this time. So in '95, he was getting the itch because he broke with the band 7 years earlier in '88, and then so '95, the 7-year itch of being alone. He realized that people kept asking about the E Street Band, and he couldn't shake that because Bruce is dumb sometimes, and he thought he could be bigger than what the band was, which is not true, at least live, and also on record too, which is proven. So anyway, put the greatest hits out. They Columbia, Sony pressured him like, hey, maybe we can get the band going, and so he had to call the guys up and talk to them. and he got 4 songs out of them. The full band came in and jammed it and helped him in the studio. What's funny about this, and the 4 songs. So what's funny about this? This is probably the best horrible Bruce story, because at this point Bruce is like a big diva, bigger than probably still is, but like he was prime diva year. So he was coming out of it because he got the band back together shortly thereafter, 4 years later, finally. But anyway, for this show, they recorded it in a bar. I forget the name of the bar in New York. It's a real show. And they played Murder Incorporated like 5 times, which is good. But Danny Federici played keys in the E Street Band. Okay. He's since passed on. R.I.P. Danny. But so Danny was in the band originally, like whatever, right? And so he's known him forever. So anyway, Danny's backstage and he walks up to Bruce. Or he walks up to the band, like whatever, entering the stage area, whatever, about ready to go on. They're about to go on the stage. Bruce goes to Danny, goes, "You can't wear that shirt." And he's wearing, I guess, like a Hawaiian shirt kind of deal. And he's like, "You can't wear that shirt." And he's like, "What?" And he goes, "You can't wear that shirt. I need you got to change your shirt, man. You got to wear a white shirt," or whatever he said. And he's like, "I'm not going to do that." He's like, "You got to do it." And he was like, "What are you going to do? Fire me again?"
Nice.
Because at this point, this is all they're doing. Awesome. There's no reunion tour. There's nothing else happening. This is the one night deal. We did the songs. We're fucking over. We don't know there's going to be another thing. What are you going to do? Fire me again? And at that point, I guess Bruce kind of felt, oh, I am a piece of shit dick in this situation for sure. I need to not be a dick, and maybe kind of help him snap out of it. But anyway, Murder Incorporated, all 4 songs are regularly played, so they are appreciated as hits as well. But for my money, just because Bruce yells and screams and everything else on the course here, badass. Love it.
Badass. Yeah, cool.
Fuck yeah. Right. Fuck yeah, it is cool.
All right. Then we got the Bruce Springsteen portion of the show out of the way.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Obligatory Bruce. Mandatory Bruce.
All right, let's go with one. Tyler may not know that this is a greatest hits song. He might know now after doing the research, but
okay.
This is how I got into the band. This greatest hits. This is the first thing I ever knew about this band. This greatest hits came out in 2000, and it was a big deal in the Brown household. That would be Megadeth's Capital Punishment.
Okay. I thought you were going to say Megadeth for some reason, but I don't know what you're about to tell me.
So there's actually the two opening tracks on here are actually one is exclusive to this greatest hits. It's on the new greatest hits as well, but it's just the greatest hits track.
Yeah.
And the second track, Dread and the Fugitive Mind, that's not the one I'm going to mention. That was on the following record, The World Needs a Hero.
Okay.
The first track, which is this, it's not on anything else. It's Kill the King.
Oh, okay.
Which is a fucking sick song, dude. This song is so good, dude. And...
I remember this from your CD, brother.
Oh, from the Burn CD? Yeah. I mean, this is the Burn CD. Not this one, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought this at Zia, and I had to upgrade the case because the case was destroyed.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Well, I raided the 50-cent bin, and they had 2 sealed stuff, so I bought 2 sealed brand new CDs. Just gutted them. This song is sick. Really heavy. This is with Al Petrelli on guitar and Jimmy DeGrasso, I think, on drums. Or flip that. I can't remember.
Ellefson's there still?
Oh, yeah, Ellefson's still in there. Yeah, it's obviously staying.
Yeah.
Jimmy DeGrasso drums, Al Petrelli guitars, and then David and Dave. Song's awesome.
Yeah. Did not
I listened to the song a lot this week because I was like, I forgot about this song.
Yeah.
The king. The king. Kill the king.
Isn't this song a big hockey song?
No, that's Crush 'Em on Riff.
Oh, you're right. That is Crush 'Em. Good call.
Which if we ever do like songs you like that other people hate, I like Crush 'Em a lot. I think it's a dumb, cool song. Yeah. I was listening to this song and I'm like, You could make the argument that Megadeth did the 90s better than Metallica. They didn't sell as much. But like I put this song with anything that's on Load and Reload, and I like Load quite a bit.
Yeah.
Like I'd put it up there with even Countdown and Extinction. I could rival that with Black Album. I'd go toe to toe with it. I'd make the argument. A Throwdown, Countdown and Extinction, or Black Album. Wonder if Eddie's ever done that.
I don't. Maybe he has, but like, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard because there's just so many songs. There's 7 out of 10 on the Black Album are massive singles.
Yeah, I mean, Countdown has a bunch of good singles. I mean, that has Symphony of Destruction. So
yeah, I know. Yeah, you're right. You're right. There's songs on there.
This Grace Hits was pretty solid. Like it's only 14 tracks, but it's like half of the newer era and then half of the latter era stuff. So
yeah, because that's the last Capitol
release, right? Newer and earlier ladders, I think. Yeah, it's just all Capitol stuff. So
yeah.
So yeah, Capital Punishment, Megadeth, Kill the King, baby, kick-ass song. Put it on your playlist.
The song is badass. All right, so I got 2 more left. Or I got 3 more left. Excuse me, I got 3 more left. So this is a song that I did not know as a younger lad that this song was an exclusive song to a compilation. It's one of the bands. It's a bigger band. It's a bigger song in the band's catalog, but at the time they were just shitting out hits. They didn't know what to pick. This is a B-side to, I forget, but it's a B-side song originally. And then it got over. It's gonna be the Beatles, 67 to 70, and it's gonna be "Don't Let Me Down."
Okay.
So that's one of my favorite Beatles songs ever. I love it. The
exclusive
groove,
to that.
Yeah. It was a B-side they never released as a single, and then it's the only record it's on.
Do we risk it?
I mean, you can if you'd like to. I don't believe that we will get through whatever you're about to do, because I think that we will. I think Paul McCartney will immediately get a text and just immediately about us. It's like
I didn't risk ABBA. I'm not going to risk this. It's got 447 million views, so I'll just
crazy.
Skip it.
Yeah.
But it's also written by John as an expression of love's love to Yoko, so I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear it. Anyway,
but but this is one of the songs that's cited in like the Beatles building metal. Like it's because it's like the keyboard and stuff, and they get like a little loud and it's like what's the Doom song? What's the Beatles? What's the Doom song?
I don't know.
Oh, okay, but it's credited as one of the.
I just black all that shit out. It doesn't matter to me.
No, you don't.
Cram this classic rock shit down my throat. Yeah. It started with Sabbath. Nothing started with the Beatles. Nothing started with Blue Cheer. Nothing started with Zeppelin. It started with Sabbath.
Whoa.
Started with Steppenwolf. Just move on.
Okay. Over. So you wouldn't consider Zeppelin a metal band?
No, they're a hard rock band. 100%.
Not in any shape or form. They're not a metal band. They're not any subset of metal.
Well, they never claimed it. Jimmy always.
No, you're right.
Hated it. He hated being labeled that. So no, I'm not going to call him that. I wouldn't call him that anyway.
Hard rock. I guess what we said. Yeah.
Look at the direct lineage. It's not the same. Van Halen's not a metal band. Aerosmith's not. That's the lineage.
Yeah.
They're not. Sabbath's lineage is. It's all metal. And usually it just gets heavier from there. So, to me, that's where they're the be all end all. That's where it started, and it doesn't really nothing has the same tone. Metal is directly influenced by that guitar, and Tony's tone and riffing, that's metal.
Yeah.
Like that DNA is scattered throughout 50 years of bands. Whereas I hear the Beatles influence on things, but like I would argue that Sabbath got rid of that influence even pretty quick. Obviously they were huge Beatles fans, but Nothing on Mass Reality to me sounds like the Beatles. I could be completely wrong. There's probably people smarter than me that have done breakdowns and stuff. And to me, like they're doing their own thing outside of anything. Like they're beyond influence at that point.
Yeah.
I mean, kind of like the Beatles.
Yeah.
Because the Beatles started out, as one thing and then morphed into another thing where they were beyond being influenced by what was going on around them.
Yeah, they were their own
mainstream wise. So
yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm not gonna risk it. Let me go to my next one.
All right.
Another band that absolutely killed it with their greatest hits. This has 2 tracks on it that are exclusive to this, and they're the open track. So basically, they went to this band and said, "You got to fill this greatest hits up. We need 2 songs." And they were like, "We got you." That's REO Speedwagon with Hits, one of my favorite greatest hits of all time. I love this cover, so nostalgic for me. I don't want to lose you and Here With Me. I put them on 1, 2, like they're kind of both on this list for me.
Yeah.
Both good songs, good power ballads. It's the best power ballad band ever. REO Speedwagon, 100%.
I mean, it's hard to argue there. They got like every song on that thing is a certified bop.
Yeah, and a lot of them are just power ballads.
Yeah.
But Here With Me. Yeah, it's great. Trying to make Kevin Cronin it's really weird. Trying to make out like a sexy man. And I'm like, it's not. No offense to Kevin. Like, I'm no George Clooney, but like, he's not. It's not Coverdale. Like, you know what I'm saying?
No, nobody is really. Kevin Cronin, I'm sorry. I apologize, brother.
Side note, I was listening to this and I Don't Want to Lose You, the 2 greatest hit singles from this. I was like, these would make really good Whitesnake songs. This would be a good Whitesnake song, dude.
Let's get the heavy guitar going.
Yeah, if you add a little bit more guitar. They're good Speedwagon songs.
Yeah. Or Coverdale.
Yeah. Nobody wants to watch Kevin Cronin have sex. I don't know why they put that. Big 80s drums, big 80s production.
Yeah.
They nailed it. This song they wrote, I Don't Want to Lose You, they brought in its outside songwriters, but also a really good song. So you know that song, right? Here With Me?
I believe so.
Yeah, and then
hold on.
Yeah, we don't need the intro to your video. It's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Big song. Also would be a great Whitesnake song.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, best power ballad band ever.
Yeah, you get a heavier, thicker guitar in there doing that, and Coverdale doing his thing. That's all day.
Yeah.
For my money, Coverdale doing phone books pretty good. So.
Okay, true. So those were 2 songs I immediately thought of. So there you go. Speedwagon.
Yeah. Love it. All right. So from 1 certified. Oh wait, no. I'm gonna do this. Got 2 left, right? So I'm gonna do one that I don't think that you have. I'm sure you have it on your honorable list or whatever, like your big list.
Big list.
Yeah. I don't think you have it on this one. So the song is going to be one of your favorite bands of all time, and a song that I genuinely enjoy a lot. Maybe one of the most played songs I have of the band's catalog. The band is Alice in Chains. The song is "Get Born Again."
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was on the box.
The box and the slimmer version of Greatest Hits. So
it's not on the Greatest Hits.
I thought it was. I thought it was on the. It's not. Oh, okay, shit. Wow.
I'll allow it. I don't think it's on
Okay.
the greatest hits. The greatest hits has the guy, like the boxer getting punched in the face. I don't think it's on there. It might be on the essential, but I think
Okay.
originally it's just on. Yeah, this video is creepy.
It's
like
on
a
the
Tool
essential,
video.
and Music Bank is the box.
That's the box set. So it's
Yeah.
it's not. I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
Yeah.
It is.
Oh, thank
It
you.
is a single. It is a single for that box set.
Yeah. It's
Um,
it's the last thing that Lane ever did, right?
it's very close to it. Yeah. You could look up those Rockline interviews I talked about during the ranking, and they're talking about this. They're promoting this song when they promote the box set and stuff. So yeah, this song's sick. It's really heavy. Yeah, this video is. It's like a Hellraiser video or something. This is like a
no, for sure. Like,
it's like a Clive Barker joint.
Oh God, I found out about the song. I'm sure I heard it with you at some point. I'm sure I have. But when I found out about it, is I watched one of the YouTube guys talk about the history, the really dark history of Alice in Chains' End or whatever, right? One of the rock story guys. I watched him do it, and I watched him talk about it and talk about Lane having no teeth, still having to go escape to the bathroom and stuff, showing up late and everything else. Like, it's a very dark song, or a recording session, and a dark song that came out of the recording session. So it just I was like, I want to hear what that sounds like. And then I listened to it and I was like, oh wow, this is a very haunting song that I dig the vocal effects on it. I dig everything. It's super sick.
Yeah. I thought about Chains. I went back to the greatest hits to double check, and there was nothing on there. So this didn't make it on my list because I didn't look at the box set, but it's a good song, man. Yeah, I'll allow. I mean, the box set it's essentially a greatest. It's got all the hits on there. So
yeah.
I mean, funnily enough, they don't. None of them actually appear in this video. All the footage is old footage. So
yeah.
Obviously, really cool song. Good choice. Yeah. I'm impressed.
Thanks. Great. Wonderful. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Oh, I wasn't even kayfabing. I can kayfabe if you want. But,
well, you didn't say it about everything else. You just or you didn't say it in the same way you said it about everything else. You said it like you meant it this time. So okay.
This is a song that I thought of almost instantaneously. This greatest hits actually has two pretty big singles on it. This greatest hits came out in 2003. I'm going to talk about one song. They actually wrote both of the singles during the sessions for the record that came out before it. I don't own this greatest hits yet. I need to buy it because I need to own these two songs on vinyl.
Yeah, but, I know what you're doing.
I'm gonna do "Save the Population" by Red Hot Chili Peppers. "Fortune Faded" is the other song, which is also a sick song, and that actually got a video and was pretty heavily played. But "Save the Population" didn't. This is just a video somebody made. But really great song. They wrote these during the Californication session, so they didn't make the album. They should have. Would have been a stronger album. I could think of songs to remove. And I love John's guitar playing here. It's a really good vocal. They do really good harmonizing at the end. This is definitely in my top 5 favorite Chili Pepper songs for sure.
Wow.
Yeah, easily. The song's awesome. The chorus is great. Yeah, this is a cool video too. This guy made. Yeah, I remember that greatest hits coming out. I remember commercials for that too. That came out in 03 too, just like the Nirvana greatest hits.
Yeah.
I remember that being a big deal. Obviously, Chili Peppers had the early greatest hits. That came out like after Blood Sugar. So there was like, but this had much more of the history of the band, obviously. Yeah, really good background too. Like John kills it. Go down.
I vaguely know this song. I don't think I've ever dove into that greatest hits past the hits, like the ones I knew, I guess. Okay.
These are both at the end.
Yeah.
I think this is the last track. Yeah, the end gets really good. Get good harmonizing here. Really cool song.
Hell yeah.
Fortune Faded is really good too.
Okay.
That song's a little bit more heavy. That's the song they promoted, but I like Save the Population more.
There you go.
So,
yeah. I need to go deeper, at least on the greatest hits. Like the Fleetwood is such a a dense catalog. It's hard to like. It's intimidating. Like beyond, like I know my songs and I know the songs that everybody knows, whatever, and I really dig them. But like especially like stadiums, like so it's a double record, and then like I know all or damn near all of Blood Sugar, and I know damn near all Californication, I guess, right? But anything in between those, I got
you know all, by the way, too.
Yeah. Oh, that's fair. There's like 4 singles on that record, right? Yeah. So I just know all the songs, whatever. But
be a really cool ranking to do because there's multiple eras of that band. I know Josh would love to do that one. So
we'll put on this. Yeah, our next ranking is gonna be the best thing ever. So.
Oh, okay. Maybe we'll see.
No. Oh wow. Okay. I didn't know you were making those kind of calls. Okay.
I'm gonna try to bring the hot takes during that one.
Oh, great, wonderful. Appreciate that so much. All right. So for me, the one that it's 1 and 2 with Nirvana, you're right, but also like this song, I probably heard it more times. I had this record on repeat for many years because they include all my favorite songs, or a lot of my favorite songs at least, for one of my favorite bands of all time that I will never shake. That is one Blink 182. This is the greatest hits. This track is Not Now. So this was the video they made after the band broke up, obviously. And there is a slight, I remember the fandom when the song got released in the video. If maybe it's not in this video, not the video, but on the record, I can't remember, but on the record, there's in the background, there's like, it's Tom talking. You hear Tom say like, "Hey, whatever," right? And so the fan boards, the MySpace groups at the time, were using it as a link that this is gonna be Blink back together, and they think that he was saying, "Blink, we miss you," and that was like a subconscious subliminal thing, right? The line is "Blink and you'll miss it."
Oh,
yeah. This is a lot of this footage. A lot of this footage is from obviously over the years or whatever, but we come to find out that a lot of it is from the unreleased, untitled documentary that they did over in the UK and the European tour. And a lot of it is that, and that later, actually last year, I believe, the end of last year, it got leaked finally after almost 20 years of it being gone over. It finally got leaked in one way or another, somehow. And so yeah, but we had not seen a lot of this footage before. It was just a recap of the Untitled tour. But it came out right after they broke up, obviously, because that's the greatest hits. So, yeah.
Okay. Cool. I learned something new tonight.
Yeah, and they play it every show now. That's one of their big songs. They played every show.
Oh, do they?
Oh yeah. I mean, they play the greatest hits. They play the greatest hits, so like they gotta play it. Like they play even the greatest song. Waiting. Travis goes crazy. Hell yeah. But one of my favorite Blink songs, like honestly, like obviously the Untitled era for me is.
Did they write this during that Untitled stuff?
They did. So this song counts. I don't give a shit what you say. Song counts. I believe it was a UK exclusive extra song on the Untitled record. So,
all right, I'll allow it. I guess
international release, worldwide release is the greatest hits. So, shove it, sir.
All right,
yeah,
I'll allow it.
Yeah.
All right, I got one more, and then we'll wrap this up. This is might be my favorite song by this band. It's very close. It's one of their biggest songs they ever did. That's for sure. This isn't the greatest hits that I was exposed to when I was a kid, and I discovered this song on because I'm trying to find an original copy of that, and I might just break down and buy it on Discogs. So I bought the new greatest hits, but this greatest hits I'm going to show is better because it's got way more songs than that original greatest hits. But that is the Cars.
Yep.
And this is the new greatest hits. This is nice. This has like 20 tracks on there. It's even got stuff from the last record. So like you're getting everything on here. It's a really good solid set. The greatest hits I'm talking about that this song originally appeared on is the one with the cars on it, the chick's legs.
You used to have this.
I used to have an OG copy with the hype. Yeah, and
we found old dead stock.
Yeah, I don't remember that part, but yeah, I've been searching. Yeah. So I'll eventually break down and just buy it on Discogs probably. But the song is this one, Tonight She Comes. This is a giant Cars song and is stellar. They wrote this like right after the Heartbreak City stuff. So it's got that same vibe. I mean, some would argue like this is their last great song. Like Door to Door is not a really solid record. It's got some good stuff on there. And then the last record that they did, obviously without Ben, it's okay. Like there's some cool singles on there, but like this might be their last like legendary hitting on all cylinders song.
Yeah.
And it's a giant song for this band. It's just classic Cars. Got all the calling cards. This might be a Mutt Langer. He might have produced this too. I don't know.
Ooh. There's also, I'm going to tell you, I'm pretty sure this song is the song that kicked off every one of those conversations we had of favorite greatest hits exclusive songs, because this song either came up first or second every time we ever said it.
Well, you do the research. This song is on everybody's list.
Yeah.
Like, it's a giant song. It's an 85 song. They released it as a single in October 85. It reached number 7 in January 86. Reached number 1 on the top rock charts. Yeah, it's Mike Shipley produced it. So, yeah, Mutt Lange didn't do this one.
There you go.
Awesome song. Yeah, man. What else could I say? This is one that I thought of like instantaneously when this topic was brought up. So yeah, one of the definitely heavy hitter. Great solo. Awesome solo. Elliot Easton killing it. Yeah. One of America's greatest rock bands. I'll stand by it.
Is that true?
I could make the argument.
What's your, like, how big is this list? Like top 5, top 10, top 20?
I'd easily put him in the top 5.
Okay.
And I could make the argument.
Wow.
Make it convincing too.
America's had a lot of good rock bands.
Yeah, I don't know if we can do this someday. Eventually I really want to do like a Hall of Fame.
Okay.
I don't know how to do it because it's only 2 of us.
Yeah.
The reason I want to do this because Easy Allies, who I used to watch very regularly, was they're a group of video game journalists. They used to do quarterly streams called the Hall of Greats, and each one of them would bring a game, and then everybody would vote on the games that got in, and 2 games to get in every quarter.
Yeah.
And I would love to do something like that. It's really hard with 2 people to do that.
Yeah.
But I would almost love to like bring a band and like present like an argument for this band to be in.
Yeah.
And it'd be really weird because like the other person like almost just like, why would you say no? Yeah. But it would just be fun to like bring 2 bands and be like, this is why. And like the Cars would be a band I would bring and I would explain why. And
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't disagree with whatever you're bringing in. Like, it would be harder. It'd be harder for us as people to limit it to 2, like every year. Like if you really wanted, like every quarter or whatever, right? And you're just like, you got to pick the top 2, and you're like, well, there's a million bands. I think then you got to have the top 2, and like you only have 2 to nominate and whatever. I don't know, making your case, because I think most of the ones we would nominate, I think both of us would kind of look at each other and go, yeah, probably, yeah, that's even if I'm not the biggest fan, like they're in there, you know.
More so, it wouldn't be like the debating of whether or not they get in or not. It would be more putting together a presentation, to describe why this band should be in.
That's fair.
That would be the more fun part for me.
I'll even buy Microsoft Suite and do a PowerPoint, like a real presentation.
Breakdown.
There you go. Yeah. All right.
Do it.
Led Zeppelin had. Boom. Boom.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, obviously there's bands like that. I would kind of make the argument like
it has to be a
I
C
had
level
this.
or B plus band.
I kind of had that thought, but I kind of had a thought too, like we just choose one band from like every major thing.
Okay.
And try to do it. So like you got like one heavy metal band, so like Sabbath or whatever, or Iron Maiden or Priest or whatever, and then you got like one thrash band, so like Metallica, Slayer, whoever you're gonna pick, and then like like a disco, like ABBA or something. You know what I'm saying? Like try to like ABBA versus the Bee Gees, like try to like do it.
This is the band.
Like
this is the band. Really, so when the aliens come to Earth and you want to summarize, whatever subgenre, this is it. This is what we're talking about. This is the best of the best. Yeah,
it'd be really fun. But yeah, I could definitely make the Cars. They're definitely in the top 5 of greatest American rock bands for sure. I mean, you united genres and united fan bases. Like punk kids were into the Cars, new wave kids were into the Cars, just regular rock kids were into the Cars, pop people were into the Cars. Covered a broad range of fan bases. I've also really never heard anybody like I hate the Cars.
Yeah,
I've never heard anybody like that. And they're a band everybody knows without them even realizing they know them. Just because a lot of their big songs are everywhere. Like Just What I Needed. Everybody knows that song.
Yeah, commercials.
Giant song. So yeah. This is a fun topic. I could do it again. I got a giant list.
Yeah,
There's
you have
a lot I
didn't list.
There's a lot I didn't talk about. So
maybe
we'll revisit it someday. We've arrived to the end of another episode, my friends. And we always choose the topic for the following week at the end of every episode. Tonight is my choice. And next week we are going to do another ranking. We're going to rank the 9 Inch Nails, sort of the catalog, I guess, not everything. Just the major releases. We've already broken down what we're ranking. So, and Josh will be coming back next week. The summer of Josh continues, so he'll be on next week. It'll be his last appearance until next summer.
Swan song. Yeah.
So, we'll be doing that next week, guys. So look forward to that. If you made it this far, hit the like button, subscribe, comment down below. This is definitely a fun one this evening. We'll see you next time. Peace.